wonderful adventure into the water. Um, you all uh, finished the interaction with the orphaned, homeless, loveless children, and struck an agreement with them of sorts to kind of try and get them on the right path, and also make a situation in which they might be able to benefit the town and the town benefit off them. Details were a little hazy, but you swore you'd get something done. Um, and Magnu ended up giving splitting a bag of gold 50-50 with, who was it? Cyrus?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Both of you basically split the value of 100 gold in a bag and gave it to the children as a first installment and a promise for the return of your deal to actually come to fruition. You all managed to get to the Druid's Grove, escorted straight away to the council meeting, which you were now about an hour and a half late for. And you entered to the large council of the five druids, Arceus Silvermane, Telerial Silverhand, got names and stuff. There's a council. They're people. Sophiera, the Centaur Priestess, Elwyn Ymora, the Elven Wolf Shaper, and Timor Landshifter, the Earth Genasi. They basically explain to you all roughly as much as they know about what's going on with the bay, saying that there's some trouble there, and it's very curious that it's turned this weird orange color throughout the entirety of the bay. You heard a few rumors, a myth, in fact, from the Centaur Priestess herself, saying that her people claim that a large city fell out of the sky at one point and landed in the bay. Timor believes it has something to do with the fire drakes on the southern side of the bay that use that part of the bay as their nesting grounds, and he's completely concerned about the drakes almost more than anything else, and wanted to send a group of adventurers slash diplomats to figure out or try to figure out what's going on. He suggested going to the drakes. Sophia thought that might be kind of pointless. The rest of the druids are kind of wavy about where you should go, but are willing to offer help if possible. They brought up some other small issues around the area and things like that that they've already talked about. They were pretty much more or less getting done with the meeting by the time you all had arrived. And my details were a little hazy because I did not listen to the end of the last session like I should have to catch up and know where I know. But I believe it was at the point where they were kind of like turning the table over to you all for any questions, concerns, things you might want to bring up at this meeting that you've kind of been more or less just listening into and giving your input when asked. But they kind of leave the table to you, as Nimloth is one of the other representatives of the council itself currently taking place for his master, who's off in the Welda doing things related to his curse, which they don't know enough about, I don't think, and are taking somewhat seriously, looking into it. But as far as they've heard, it's just another something in the forest, if that makes sense. But I believe we were at the point where you all kind of wanted a moment to confer together as a group and kind of have this little internal like huddle type thing before you brought whatever you decided to bring to these druids. And I believe that is where we left off in our last session. Is that correct? Did I miss anything? Was that a poor recap?
Ah, pretty good.
Cool.
Can I ask the party like what I think I kind of feel like MTC in that like I didn't quite understand what the plan was. Maybe just to find jobs for the kids, like to find them a way to integrate into
Yeah.
the community. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, so the plan was more or less to have the kids stop pickpocketing and stealing and things like that, and in return finding a way to be useful to the community and organizing a way for, or useful to you all or the community, either or, and finding a way to work it out with the local merchants and things like that to keep them supplied so long as they keep their part of the deal and help out and do things. And none of that was really heavily established. It was just a promise to
We'll think something over and present something.
think something over and get them some help somehow. I believe that was it. I'm gonna leave this music on for now because I like it.
So
It's not the worst.
we're all in a group. The other druids are kind of still conversing, and we're kind of like together now.
They've given you all a moment to kind of
Okay.
like take your time and step away. Yeah, like you said, just give us a moment, and kind of like stepped over, and you see some of them kind of like whispering back and forth to each other, but they're giving you your moment.
Magni's gonna walk up to
Out
Nimloth
of
and like
earshot of them.
poke him in like where he thinks the infection is, and goes like, "Are you gonna tell him?"
I look at Magnu, or look down at Magnu, and I look at everybody else, and I say, "Whoa, what do you think I should do? Should I tell them? I don't want to expel us from this council."
Are
think you
we
should.
are we removed enough from
You're
the
removed enough where
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
actively hearing you.
Okay.
Yes. It's a large hallway. You're gonna walk
Yeah.
to
I
the other
think
end of the
you
hallway.
should. I think you should definitely make sure they're aware that, at least at this point in time, they're downplaying the importance of that. If that means that, we need to let some information out, then so be it. But that's your secret to tell, not mine.
There's always the option of posing a theoretical. That's
Well,
what
I thought I kind of did that with the deer analogy, I guess, earlier. I told them that that we were finding that this corruption was spreading from plants to animals, and the fact that it didn't really light a fire under them is a little concerning, but I don't think they got the message totally, so I might have to reveal that I have this corruption on me.
I guess my issue is that like we're not, it doesn't seem to me like if we follow their concerns, that's going to lead us on a path of progress towards resolving your concerns and our concerns as a group. So like, are we just going to delay tending to your critical needs to go explore their concerns, or are we going to? I guess that's the point of like why I'm not that worried about telling them the situation that you're in. And if they say get the fuck out, then we go cool because we got shit to do anyway, which is to heal you basically. Like I don't know that if we're not going to find anything out about your issue, that I'm much concerned about the quest that they want us to go on, because I feel like yours is kind of a higher priority.
That is true, and I don't want to. I don't want to push away a potential ally. And I look over at council.
What if we offer a proposal that we look into their problem with the promise that part of our payment would be they look into ours?
Here's the thing, Nimloth. This isn't just affecting you and your clan. It's going to continue to spread. They are watchers of the forest as much as you are, maybe even more so in some cases. This is their problem as well, and I think it would serve all of us well for them to know as much as possible. If they expel us, that is their folly, not ours.
Fair enough.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I mean, we really have nothing to gain, essentially, from this, other than maybe that they might take us more seriously.
Well, I guess what do we have to
What do we have to lose?
they're already not interested in solving our problem right now, right? So like we don't stand to lose that by telling them, right? We either
Well, I
have
think-
some of their help or we're on our own.
Well, I don't think they think that there's a connection between Firedrake Bay and the rest of the Weldath, and
Well-
what we found with the at the temple. I don't think they think there's a connection, but I think there's something larger going on.
Yes, I don't believe that they quite understand the gravity of the situation. It sounds like Savan has been as tight-lipped as you have been up till now. But I think secrets aren't a thing that's going to help this situation at this point. Given that Green Tree wasn't able to make it here, their situation has not improved in any way. And these are the people that could help.
Well, I think I might reveal that this corruption can not only spread to animals, but also humanoids as well. So I guess, are we all in agreement that I should reveal this to the council?
Once
I am,
again, this
yeah.
is your story to tell, or your secret to reveal. But I mean, you have
If you-
our support.
If you want to reveal, if you don't want to reveal your own infection, but you want to reveal that someone you might know is infected, I'm fine with
Well,
that.
they
too.
need proof. That's the problem. You know,
Then give
these
them proof.
The form of showing them, or what?
Yeah.
I mean, is there? I guess there's also a possibility. Could we find another corrupted person, or which showing them the animal? I think their concern is that it might cross over to deer, but not humans, and so we're trying to prove that it can cross over to humans. Is there any chance we could find someone else who's been infected, just to protect your privacy?
Well, that's the
What?
thing. I don't know if anybody else has been affected. I
Could
know
we send
I'm the
a
only one that I know
message?
of.
That could take days.
That could take, yes, that could take days. I am not entirely, I don't entirely believe, sorry, one moment. I don't entirely believe Teleria, that my tribe is okay. I think there's something going on that she isn't willing to share.
Did we establish
there's-
that we'd last seen them? I can't remember.
She says she's last seen him like 2 months ago, I think,
Which is about the same.
or a month ago. I've been gone for like 8 months, almost a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right.
Is there any way Robin Oster could get a message to anywhere near your clan?
I don't know if he's willing to brave the forest, but I don't see.
Well, I doubt it would be him personally. It'd be a
Well-
lackey of his or inner.
Well, exactly. I don't know if he's even willing to go that far, but
I think we also have to be careful
I
with
mean,
how
we've
much
also
we
been-
request of him.
exactly.
If we need
And
him
we
for the
also been
bay,
close-
right?
We're probably closer than anyone he might send anyway.
True.
Well,
Big forest.
at the risk of losing an ally and losing the ability to help the orphans that we ran into, I think the best course of action for immediate action on the council's part is for me to reveal that I have this corruption. Because maybe they may take me seriously now, or you might get expelled.
Yeah. I
Whatever
think-
happens, man, we're here for you. We've got our own devices if they're not willing to help us.
Right. And you've had this for 9 months and how big it is, and we don't have it yet, and we've been with you for
A
Right.
couple of weeks.
a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks.
So it's not a fast progressing thing, so it shouldn't be crazy alarming.
All right. Well, I will. I think it's time to return to the council.
Lead the way.
As you all kind of like break from your group and turn back towards the council, they've all kind of like stop their talkings in between each other and kind of look towards you all. Arceus will kind of reset the table once again and just, so, what concerns do you bring to this meeting? What topics would you like to discuss, as we have already kind of determined about the bay?
The corruption I told you or told the council about earlier, that seems to stem from the shrine that my people worship at. I've told you that it spreads from plants and to animals. However, I haven't told you everything regarding that. And I stand up from my chair and I kind of pulled back my robe, revealing on my chest that little spot of corruption to the entire council. And I say it has spread to, it seems to have spread to humanoids as well.
You would see the entire council kind of, each in their own way, some with a bit more shock and concern than others. Just kind of like take a steady look at what you're pointing out and that you're tied into the corruption. Teleria will just kind of like gasp for a moment and kind of like straighten herself. That's okay. All right. And she just kind of like starts scribbling something down on a ledger in front of her. You would see Arceus just kind of the concern kind of furrows over his brow and his face as he kind of looks at you. I see. This is. And he kind of like looks at you and just like holds out a hand almost towards your direction. May the Wood Mother protect you and guide you. And he kind of like reaches out his hand. You feel this healing energy kind of like go in that particular spot where the scar is, where this differentiation in skin color and tone is, and it's almost as if he's trying to heal it, and it just nothing happens. And then you just see him kind of like clarify in his eyes a little bit. Okay, that is most disturbing.
Who
Very
was that
powerful
healed him?
magic. What's that?
Who was that tried to heal them? I'm sorry.
Silvermane, the
Silvermane.
Longbeard guy. Yeah. That is quite concerning. And this is what your people are dealing with.
That is correct.
Even my powerful magics could not affect that in any way. This is problematic. He kind of looks over at Teleria, back at Elwyn. We must do what we can to assist the Wanderers. If it is spreading at this rate, obviously we want to contain this, but we must get some of our more knowledgeable folk trying to figure out exactly what this is so we can counteract it. If it's affected one of the Woodwalkers, it's probably affected most of them at this point. And they're just kind of like, he's talking not like blanketing over you all being there, but just kind of like having this back and forth with some of the people around. But yes, Athana.
Can I tug at probably sat near Magnu? Can I just tug at Magnu and say, hey, the mark we made on his to around the thing, has it grown?
Can I check?
Because
Sure.
I can't see.
Absolutely, you can check. Let me do a thing.
You're not gonna like jump up on the table and rip my shirt open, right?
I mean,
I
you're
mean,
still.
you opened your
I mean, you're
still
still open
showing
your
it
shirt.
off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just trying
You're
to.
just
Since
showing
you
it.
said you open your shit,
Well,
I
yeah,
was just
yeah,
trying to figure out a way to ask without my
Right.
character being able to see.
I mean, then
enough.
Magni would try and get in front of him, which would probably be on the table. and look at it.
Okay. And remind me again, what did you draw? It was a circle around,
Yeah,
but
we
it was
basically
or
Yeah.
drew a
basically a
circle
line
around
around
it
where it
see
was to see if it's
if it
growing.
would, yeah,
Got
like
it.
you do sometimes with
Cool.
like
So Magna, you kind of like hop down off this higher chair that's made for you to be at like eye level with these folks, and then you like
Jesus.
go around and just out of curiosity, just like lift up onto the large table that they're sitting in front of, and just like walk around and look over. You do notice that it has expanded past
Shit.
your drawing ring.
Shit.
And he just goes,
That was
"Yep,"
like
like just out
Yeah.
loud, just "Yep," and then walks back to his seat and sits down.
Yep, and then you just
Because
hop
how
back
many
off.
days-
And
I look at
How many
Magnu
days was that?
confused.
that was a knee.
Hmm?
I'm trying to remember how many days ago that was.
3 days ago.
3 days. Shit.
it's
How-
not much larger, but it's
Okay.
expanded outside of like it is expanding. It's just probably about like an inch or so further than the drawing was.
That's still a lot in 3 days.
It's a decent bit.
I'm
Wait,
just
do I
trying-
do I hear?
Magnu just says
Adna-
"Yep" and go sit down to try and like not concern anyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
he just says-
Adana looks concerned.
So basically, all
hear
you see is
Adonis say
Magnu kind of
this or
walk in
ask
front of you.
this?
"Rah, rah, rah." Yep, and then
Oh,
sits back down,
okay.
and concern draws over at Donna's face.
What was
Unless
the
you were
druid's
saying that out loud, but I assume that's.
Oh, I was
just
saying
your
it out loud.
monologue.
Yeah,
I know you are.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I
saying,
whispered.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
did I hear this? I guess is the question.
Oh yeah, you heard me
Um,
say "Yep."
Yeah.
Well, I heard.
and
Well,
then
yeah, but did I hear Donna
Make a perception
say?
check.
You might have
Okay.
heard me whispering something.
Make a
whether you did
perception
what I
check to
asked.
see if you can hear a whisper.
Okay.
Perception checks. Why did my music stop? Don't stop music.
Aw,
I'm having a good time.
yeah.
15.
15. Yeah, you would have heard that whisper.
Okay.
Music.
I don't look concerned, but I definitely feel it.
Got it. Cool. And as they talk for a moment, and we went into, and you see Elwyn kind of like almost take a nod and, Lord Silvermane, I'll take care of the organization of our assets and forces. Teleria, could you possibly take care of some of this research? It's been a while since I've been in a library. And then just kind of looks back about it. Of course, dear. I'll get right on that as soon as I can get back to Cisteria. But in the meantime, it kind of pauses. We need to a roll-y thing. Oh, that's a great roll. Perfect. We will need to...
Am I able to whisper to Nimloth right now, kind of inaudibly, or?
Sure. Let's see. You're sitting across the table from these people. Yeah, go for it.
Teleria is the woman from your clan, right?
No, she visits our tribe every once in a while. We're familiar with her and her work, but she's not of our tribe.
What's your expectation for, like, do you want her to keep your secret? Or do you want her to inform your clan? Or do you think she might be able to get information out of your clan to see if anyone else has been affected?
I trust her to not tell my clan. She does keep secrets for us. She's more of like a seer for our clan, for our tribe.
Make a perception check for me.
21, but not nat 20.
Cool. As you're saying this and kind of whispering back and forth to Cade, you see Teleria just kind of look over at you and just like give a solid nod, and then go back to talking to Silverman.
So, in full confidence, my voice kind of rises in full or not rises, but you can. I'm confident that she will not give away my secret to my tribe.
As dire of a matter as this may be, she'll kind of look back at the group and talk to you all again. It will take us a little bit of time to properly get organized to handle this. Kind of looking at your open chest once again, or your open shirt once again, just kind of like trying to get another glance at this wound. You can see her focusing extremely intently on your wound now, almost as fiercely as she was focusing on Magnu earlier. Just trying to discern things and stuff. Arceus kind of like pipes up. Well, it will take us some time. Perhaps we should allow them to get underway with figuring out whatever's in the bay while we pool our resources and try and gather some intel on this thing. Then he kind of looks over to the group. Well, if... And he kind of like thinks. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure something out for 1 second. I just had a total brain fart. Wow. Good job, Mark. Oh, okay, so he's going to kind of look at you all. If you would aid us in figuring out what is happening in our bay, we'll do this if you aid us or not, but we will begin gathering the resources to tackle whatever this is and try and find a way to heal that off of you, as well as off of the creatures in the land. But if it can resist ancient magic such as mine, I'm quite concerned. Kind of like pause again. If you do these errand for us, we would begin to get prepared to handle your situation or your clan situation as well during that time. And once you return, we could all try to find a solution together. If you still wish to help us, that is.
I look at Nimloth.
I think we can do that. I think looking at or investigating what's happening at Firedrake Bay,
That
might help in the efforts of figuring out what's going on overall.
that may be completely unrelated to your problem, but you would be doing the council and the Druids' groves all throughout the world at the favor, including the mountain tribes and the sea elves, but Mossstone would be in your debt, and we would be very grateful. As far as other compensations go, other than assistance, what else can we offer you?
There's one slightly unrelated thing. There's a small band of young children that are kind of living out in the outskirts of Mossgrove or Mossstone, and they are in dire need of some help in terms of employment and keeping food on the table. If there's any way you can help them with that, we would be forever grateful for that.
Is there someone in town that you could direct us to? Some people of import that we could collaborate with, possibly finding employment for these children? A way for them to add to the community and for the community to integrate them into Mossstone.
He kind of like pauses and strokes his long beard for a second. Keeper Darren would probably be the gentleman to look at. He's kind-hearted, successful, kind of manages the general free market that we have in
So
the city of Mossstone.
Keeper Darren.
Keeper Darren. D-A-R-R-O-N. I would be more than happy to put in a good word with him that you're coming. I want to talk to him. These children, you said, on the edge of town. Forgive my asking, what were they doing? How do you know that? What makes them special to you? If I can ask by being blunt.
Oh,
Well, I myself have grown up without parents, and if it wasn't for, the keeping of generous people to keep me on the path, I could have very well been on the streets just like they were, and really don't want to see more of them just left where I could potentially, or we could potentially, do some good.
You seem just gonna nod once deeply. Very well. While you are gone, I will inform Keeper Darren of your requests. You can visit him either before you go or after you come back. Potentially work out an arrangement. I don't like the fact that there are orphans living in the street, as you say, anywhere around the village of Mossstone. We are more welcoming than that. They should not have to live that life. You see kind of a sincerity come over. But in the same aspect, everyone in Mossstone does their part. If they are willing to work, if they are willing to be part of the society, there's a place for them here. They should know that. Your request will be taken into consideration, and the proper channels will be taken to communicate with Darren. But it might do you some good to go and talk to him in person at some point. And looks over, almost resolved in that situation. Or as far as he's concerned, it's resolved. You can give me one second.
The only lead we have on the bay is the Drakes, is that right?
Yeah, they
Or
think.
city.
Well, they think the
I think there's a
Drakes.
giant city underneath the water.
Right, they think the Drakes are. Most of them think the Drakes are a waste of time.
Yeah.
Mhm. But they also think the city is a waste of time.
Oh,
and they really don't know what's going on, which is why they're sending us.
Yeah, it's kind of a figure out what's going on as far as that goes. But they have mentioned that the Drakes are able to be communicated with in some way because they are trying to send you all as potential diplomats to the Drakes, or at least Timor was. But yeah, he will kind of look over as if that issue will be resolved or has been resolved as far as the table goes. He kind of thinks to himself. I believe the best course of action would be to try
Hey,
and...
no.
Sorry.
Sorry, the kid's talking to me. I'm trying to get him to
Okay.
scoot.
Gotcha. Okay. I believe the first course of action would be to see if it is the doing of the Drakes, and to go from there. And he kind of sits back and leans over. Sophia. And he kind of looks back to the group. How old are these children? And it's kind of like sitting on his mind a little bit.
I'd say the oldest is about 14,
And the youngest?
near 6. As far as we can tell, we didn't meet them all.
Right, correct. He kind of
6 of them, right?
We only saw.
You only saw 6.
You only
but
saw
there
6,
might have been
yeah.
spaces for more. You're not sure. Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah. So he'll just kind of like think on that information for a moment. Sophia, could you have your folk find these children and keep an eye on them from a distance? Do not interact, but make sure they do not have harm come to them.
Yeah, they don't like adults particularly. They took some persuasion to actually allow us to even see where they were living. So, yeah.
Understatement.
Advised distance. He stepped away.
So, what are you all doing? What's the plan?
Well, I could contact Robin Astor and see if he wants to help us out in the bay, or we could go talk to the Drakes. Right? We should
Where are the Drakes?
Yeah.
south
Up
of
in
the
the
bay,
mountains.
out in the mountains, south of the bay.
On the South Mountains, Bay, South Mountain, on the shoreline. You will be given proper instructions and a small little personalized map of the bay and the moss stone surrounding area that kind of like gets pointed out to you. Actually, because cool druid shit, the large earth genasi on the end of the bench would kind of hold out his hand, and you would just see like this stone tablet kind of form from his hand.
Huh.
It begins to color itself and mark itself with the images of the bay itself,
I'll do that.
grasslands, the trees, the mountain range, things like that. It's a rough map.
But it's cool.
That's so cool.
And it's tactile.
Mhm.
So Adana can read it.
Ah,
Oh, it has all the raises and indentations of the actual stone on stone map. Yep. And he kind of points to a certain spot as he shows you this map and slides it over towards you all across the table. Marking, and I will say, because we're all on this map, right about here.
Did he mention the name of the mountains?
Oh no, what did I do? Did I really put that on the dynamic lighting layer? I hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself so much. Did he mention the name of the mountains? Yes, he would have said the Drakes are in the Starspire Mountains area.
to the south of Milestone.
Yes, which is here.
you're pinging, no.
There we go. Okay, beautiful.
I need to change that color to something that's gonna stand out on the map.
Ah, the black. Cool.
Is it black or blue? It's blue to me. That one.
Now
no.
looks blue.
It was blue then too, so you better compare.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm
Shade.
kidding, I'm kidding. There was like a darkest navy I could use. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, aside the point, it's blue now, but it's there. And you are kind of given this rough, edgery map to be able to take with you. So, should you choose?
Yes.
yes.
Nathano takes map personally. Like, ah, map.
Yes.
What did we
That's
do
not-
with the what did we do with the unicorn corpse?
We gave it to them.
It's-
That was going to be my question.
Okay.
They
Yeah, that
are
was.
preserving it.
I
That was
mean,
gonna be my
these are
next
things you
question,
can ask
but-
about. You still have the
Yeah,
council's attention.
yeah.
They haven't sent you off yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to ask that,
Yeah, I
Go
will.
for
So,
it.
well, I guess I'm just trying above table. I'm trying to. I don't think I was there that session, so we gave it to them and just said,
Gave it to
Here
them.
you go.
Yeah,
Like-
they were trying to revive it.
Cast in gentle repose on it.
Mhm.
Trying
They're
to
keeping
figure out
it
ways to
from
bring it back.
decaying, so if you
Yeah.
were to find a way to revive it, then you could potentially do so. But last you had heard, you all put the animal in the center of a smaller grove, or like a smaller like glen area, and there was a druid kind of tending to making sure that the body was at least taken care of.
"Okay." I mean, I'll ask then. So, any news on the unicorn, or what's their outlook?
It's still deceased, but it won't decay as long as we continue to cast the spell every 8 hours.
What would be
Mhm.
needed to improve its condition?
At this point in time, enough time has passed that only a strong resurrection spell would probably work. The creature is deceased after all, and the more time passes, the larger drains on magic are needed. Probably.
Hey, anybody have any bright ideas about? Is this just something we're gonna have to let fall by the wayside? Essentially, it seems like.
No, we had, as a
don't
party,
know.
we discussed that we were going to try and find something powerful enough to cast a resurrection spell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then looked up the
But we don't have
requirements
any
for said
leads.
resurrection spell. No leads. Nope.
We haven't really
And-
been anywhere yet.
And none of the druids have really been able to cast that level of magic. Which we found out is
Okay.
true resurrection, which is a 9th level spell. Fun stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
Because
So-
druids can't cast resurrection, but only true resurrection, which is hilarious. Sad and hilarious. I know. Just D&D crap. But anyway, I know. We
Yeah,
had that 20-minute
That's
session about that
Yes,
last time.
yeah.
It does
we need
hurt.
to make some fun clerk friends, but
Yes.
we haven't been anywhere to make fun clerk friends.
Who knows? You might find them at the bottom of the bay.
Absolutely. I mean,
So-
there's a whole sea of civilization, so why not?
Hell yeah.
So
They're TL.
what's the plan? Are we gonna go to the Drakes? Are we gonna go to the Bay? Do I need to contact? Well,
So
we have two things to talk to Rob Nestor about, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
So one more thing before we go. I'm sorry. I'm like kind of derailing this.
Mhm.
I'm assuming the council is kind of dispersing at the moment.
Not yet. They were gonna
Not-
wait for you all to leave before they separated up.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay,
gotta
so
go
they're
home.
still-
You can't stay here.
Yeah, they're still all talking and okay. All right.
Yeah, no, they have a few more things to discuss as well. If you wanna
All
sit
right.
around,
Do
you
they
can
require our
discuss it.
presence? Curious.
Doesn't seem like it. Seems like they've kind of begun to wrap up their actual meeting. It just seems like they're 5 old friends with nowhere to go.
So they wouldn't be offended if we just kind of excused ourselves and left.
You can always excuse yourselves and see how they react.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yes, they're fine with it. If you wanted to separate yourselves away and go on about your business, you're more than welcome to.
Gotcha. All right. Sorry to overtake. What would you wanted to
No, fine.
find options for what we were gonna
Well,
do?
I'm just trying to figure out, like, do we want to go talk to the Drakes, or is our Bay the option, which we might need Rabanastor's help with, which will
we
bring in
talked
another
about-
conversation.
Palm table or above table?
Above table.
Go above table. You got
Cool.
Well,
just
technically,
checking.
both table. Magnu's like, hey, what do we want to do?
Yeah.
Above table.
Okay.
What's everybody's thoughts?
My reaction is different depending on.
let's go above table for now, and then we'll get back into table once you all have figured out a direction.
Above table, I kind of want to know what their reaction to mentioning Ravenester is. Also, we should talk to the Drakes first.
Well,
and
are we-
figure out if Ravenester is needed.
Well, I mean, Magnu is going to wait till we leave to contact Ravenaster because there's no reason to
Yeah.
bring him in the conversation with the druids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do semi want to hear their reaction to the name, but also
Oh.
no, if we don't have to, let's not.
Right. Above table, does Timor want us to go be diplomats to the Drakes, even if they're not the cause of the anomalies in Fire Drake Bay?
Nimloth is getting that vibe, but above table, yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
he wants us to do.
Above
There's
table,
something
he wants
going-
you to go and figure out what's going on with the Drakes.
Yeah.
He believes that that is directly related to the bay itself, so his suggestion was send adventurers to figure out what the Drakes are doing to the bay, was his thought process.
To be honest, the vibe I'm getting is they're just as concerned that something's going on with the bay. 'Cause
Think
it's
we
their
get help
own
from the
well,
Drakes?
potentially.
Maybe, possibly, yeah.
Depends how that interaction
Hmm.
goes.
And Silvermane
Well-
suggested that we just check out the bay first
see.
before we head to the
Yeah.
Drakes.
I mean, we could take a cursory glance, but
Investigating on land sounds easier than investigating underwater.
yeah,
Understood.
at least for now.
You don't want a
Until-
16 session underwater adventure? Is that what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
it still might
I mean,
come to that, but
Mm-hmm.
there's no need to call Ravenaster unless we have a stronger inclination that we might be going under. Unless there's anything else we want to talk to him about.
I mean,
I just need
if
I mean, we also
If-
have Trickfoot, or
Trickfinger.
Trickfinger in town, so.
If Ravenaster wants to send us a submersible and a dirigible just because we told him there might be a sunken city in Fire Drake
I mean,
Bay,
yes.
Warren's not going to complain about that.
That's actually a good thought. I hadn't thought.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you guys wanted him involved, but that
Oh,
makes
Because he already
complete
has a sub,
Yeah,
and
that-
he's interested in artifacts. So
Yeah.
if there's a lost city in under the
Mhm.
water, he's
Um,
very interested.
an additional thing to add to the stuff is Magnu wanted to get a sending stone for the orphans as well.
Ah, yes.
But we can do
Yeah.
that on the way back to Mossstone if we want to first head to the mountains. We're in no rush to get back to Mossstone.
Well, wait a second. What's are there
almost there, but
artifacts under the? Are there artifacts under the bay? Is that something that's been mentioned, or are you just floating that?
So-
out?
Maybe.
Okay,
Maybe.
so
There is a lost city that
roll
has...
back. He doesn't know about the Lost City. He wasn't here
Oh.
for that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Oh,
Right. Okay.
'Cause I
So,
barely
I
checked
listened to
in
the
for that
recording,
part.
but I may have missed a detail.
Okay.
oh. So the
Okay.
flying cities from old, potentially one of them has crashed into the bay. So potentially there are cool magical artifacts in the bay.
Yeah, City of Lost Technology, essentially.
I mean, is it possible that there are artifacts from the Company of Eight under the bay? Like, I wonder if
Ooh,
Shulia might
yeah.
be interested in, because that's what Shulia was looking for. I guess I'm wondering if she might be interested in.
Isn't this civilization older?
yes, the civilization is over 1,000+ years old and extincted. So it wouldn't be Company of Eight territory, as they've only been about 100 years or so in the past.
And he claims to have not known about it since he's sitting at the table with us, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't
Arceus
use
Nowhere
is-
near
it.
that old.
Well, Arceus is one of the members of the Company of Eight, and he
That's what I mean. Yeah.
does not. He seems surprised about the legend of the flowing city from the Centaur Priestess. So,
He thinks it's
he-
left.
yeah.
Sick. So Drakes, that's the plan.
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right.
That's
Excellent.
our
Send
most
us off.
solid lead right now.
Cool. All right. Back to the table.
Nimloth stands up, and he looks around at the council, and I'm sure they're talking amongst themselves. And I kind of announce to the table, and I say, so we, if there's nothing else you have for us, I believe we are going to go and investigate Fire Drake Bay.
We greatly appreciate your haste. Come back, let us know what you found. If you find another lead, follow that lead. Get as much information as possible. If you can, in fact, solve the problem in the bay, feel free to do so. Depending on what it is, you will likely be rewarded in kind for difficulty or severity, but if it's just bringing us information about what's going on, that's completely fine as well. We appreciate your urgency, and Mossstone will be in your debt. And kind of like stands up and kind of like bows towards you. Yes, puppy dog. Can you not be in my way right now, puppy dog? I love you, puppy dog.
He says that, right?
Yes, you see this beautiful black Labrador just pop up front of the table.
Druid Labrador. hanging out in the corner.
A druid.
A druid
Labrador.
forms up and just be like, "Really, man? We talked about this."
No, and then as he says that, he kind of waves his hand, and you see the animal just like go into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
Sorry.
I bow back and I look at the rest of the party and I kind of just motion them, let's get out of here.
Fuck off.
Magnus sees them both bow, and as everybody walks out, he jumps up on the table, bows quick, and jumps off.
I love it. It's so good. Magnus just like stands up. No, go. I love that doggo, but the doggo just needs to go upstairs. Silly doggo. Kids. Anyway, cool. So you all kind of get up from the council. Magnu does his hop up on the table and bow, and you just hear a little bit of a chuckle out of the Earth Genasi. And as you all are walking out, I need everybody to make a perception check for me. Hearing perception.
The first roll of the day.
Is it sight based?
Is
Hearing
shit.
perception.
Hearing.
11.
A 3.
I did too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, 1.
A 9!
Anybody else?
I got a 3.
11.
11's the high? Oof.
No,
Seven.
Cade got a
17 is
17.
high.
Oh, 17. I didn't hear the 17. I'm sorry. Who hit the 17?
Cade.
Nice. Cade, at the, as you all are walking out and you're the last one kind of like following the group out, you hear, coming from inside the chamber itself, it's like, you hear the Centaur Priestess Sophia saying, "That thing looked fucked up. What the hell was that on his chin?" Sophia, just wait a moment, please. And then you walk out, and the doors shut behind you. The roots kind of re-entangle over the doors and kind of like form a lock on the door once again. As you all are now outside of the council's chamber, and you hear some slight chatter coming from inside the door behind you, which you've just left.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Is there
so
anyone
are
else
we-
around?
There are the two guards with the double-edged blades, the double-edged glaives, kind of standing guard outside of the store itself. Both standing at attention in full, like druidic wood plate and armor and things like that.
Okay.
1 second, I left it up.
I'll say, like, I rolled so bad on my perception, like, the only reason we didn't all hear everything going on, because Magnu walked out, he's like, "Wow, those are wonderful people. This was great." He was, like, yelling and screaming in the hall.
I love it.
Perfect.
Alright.
Sorry. The dog just got bested by a sliding door.
Oh
Like
my
Ah.
a sliding screen door that they push by going downstairs all the time. But going back up the stairs, he's looking at it in the little crack that I left, and he's like, "What do I do? How do I push it?" It's like, you pushed it out of the way. You've knocked the other one completely off the damn hinges by pushing by it. Like, this is nothing to you. What the hell are you doing? He's just like looking pitifully at the door. He's like, "Fine, I'll open the gap." And he's like, "Oh, cool, I can go upstairs now." Puppy dog, I love you, but God, you could use that little pea brandy. It's a little better, buddy. Sorry. Anyway, cool. So you exit out of the actual like grove chamber as those guards aren't moving anywhere. and begin down the double-winded stairs. Either side you go onto takes you to the same location down to the first level. And you follow the path just kind of out into the openness of the grove once again from this building inside the oaken tree that you've been inside of. The sun is in the
Hey,
sky.
Can I ask the group real quick? Like I know that like the Drakes is like the next major objective that we're facing, but are we swinging through town to talk to Darren on the way out, or?
I kind of with that Nimloth motions everybody to out of the middle of this square area and to the side. And I kind of want to keep it so that way it's just a conversation between our group and
Yeah, I mean, you
nobody
find
else.
a way to. There's some druids here and there kind of going around the grove, but you're able to find a more or less secluded place fairly easily. It's not like there's a bunch of people. There's probably about 12 to 20 druids in the grove at any time. But it's a big grove. You have your space.
Go ahead with
Yeah, what was Cade saying?
Kate, sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, are we like? I know that the next big thing we're gonna go do is go investigate the Drakes, but are we stopping through Mossstone on the way out of town to talk with Darren and try to get the kids set up, or are we gonna do that later?
I think we're gonna do that later. We gave them money, and they're pretty well set up themselves, and they know how to handle themselves. So I don't think it's an emergency.
Yeah, and the centers are going to keep an eye, make sure nothing bad happens.
Okay, cool.
And so with that, I look at the rest of the group, and I tell them, well, sorry I had to reveal my secret to the rest of the council. I don't know if that painted a target on our backs, but thank you for sticking by me and allowing me to say my piece to them, even though it might have put us in danger. That being said, I do not trust Teleria at all. She is a great keeper of secrets, or at least that's what my tribe has known her for. However, I feel like there's something much larger above what I'm aware of that is happening. So just so everybody's aware, I do not trust Teleria, but I think we should still go to Firedrake Bay and try to figure out what's going on.
So you trust her with your secret, but you don't believe she's being fully honest with you.
Well, I don't trust her regardless, you know.
Didn't you say you thought your secret would be safe with her? That she wouldn't tell your clan?
Yes, I did say that, but I know that she can hear things. I know that she can... I revealed my secret knowing that she would know this, and I still don't fully trust her motivations. So we'll see what she does with the information that I gave her and to the rest of the council. But from there, I think we should just do what we've told them we were going to do, which is, you know, go to Firedrake Bay.
Although it should also be said, that thing has grown in 3 days.
Yeah,
3 days.
seeing Magnu's reaction, I was a little worried, to say the least, and I looked down at my chest.
Yeah, it's about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, like, expanded from the line drawing that Magnu made on your chest 3 days ago.
Damn.
I
We
draw a
can keep
new
an eye-
line.
I draw a new line.
Just gonna have a bullseye somewhere on Nimrod's body, just getting bigger every couple days.
Yeah. It's like, as crazy as that is, yeah, we need to know if it ever speeds
No.
up.
You're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, some ranged
Yeah.
enemy is gonna have hella advantage on a bullseye target one day.
Well, if they see it, right? Like, I'm not
It's true.
naked going into battle.
No.
Okay,
you
so
know,
just
I-
never go
I
into battle
kid.
having sex, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, you're
If
fine.
that ever happens, you're in
Let's
real
give it a
danger.
crit roll.
You know, you say that it's not the first or last time in D&D that will happen.
Oh.
But
Anyone seen recent crit roll?
Yeah.
no, not recent. But old timey crit roll had the same things happen.
Damn.
No.
Probably not like this, but
So
But
don't go
anyway.
into battle shirtless. Got it.
no, I'm just kidding.
Understood.
But Magnu, you do, if Nimloth consents to drawing another ring, you draw another ring around where the corruption is currently at now.
At this point, Nimloth understands Magnu's character, or Magnu is going to do what he wants to do. So I just kind of let it happen.
I mean, you can always say no, but
Well, yeah, but I've already
Magnu, like-
accepted. I've already
Yeah.
accepted Magnu's character and
That's
and everybody else's character. So it's
Come on,
like,
do it.
yeah, just like do it, man. Like I'm here. I'm ready.
That's fair. I feel that. Magnu's the free spirit that's going to draw a line where he wants to draw a line. Cool. So you trace the outline once again, and then you kind of like cover yourself back up and put it away. But you all are off to the side. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about before possibly getting on and moving in a direction?
Well, is there
Are we,
anything else?
Are we gonna pass nearby town? Are we passing through town on our way out?
You would
I
pass
guess the
through
only other
town
thing
to
I'm
get to the
curious
bay.
about is like I told Julia I would take a look for her after we met with the druids. I guess if we're passing through town, then I would just take a cursory glance around town for her.
Is this something you
Um,
say in this current conversation, or is this off-table stuff?
No, I think that was an on-table. Are we going through town so I can look for Julia?
Are we calling Ravenesti? Because
I don't think yet, right?
That we wanted to Magnu.
We have several things that are
Yeah.
happening.
So,
all at
so
once.
Warren looks up and he goes, "Okay, here's the deal. I think we should grab the cart." He gestures to his short legs. I don't feel like walking all the way down the Starspire Mountains.
Love it.
And whatever equipment, supplies, personnel, yada yada yada, that we convinced Robinaster to send us, it's going to take a day or two to get down here. I say we get the cart, we meet up with Julia. He gives a look to Cade. And we call Robinaster and tell him that there might be a sunken city in Firedrake Bay, and he should hire us to investigate it for him.
I mean, then we're also tied in to investigate it, and if there isn't, and we don't need to, then it might get in the way of us going and fixing things after we're done.
I mean, if even if the Drakes are the cause of what's going on in the bay, it might be necessary for us to still get into the bay, and we need equipment for that, right?
True.
And knowing the druids, they are not going to pay us for this.
Yes.
And I kind of grimace and look at my chest again.
Well, maybe we can get a few bucks off Rabinaster.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if we don't necessarily have the time because, time-sensitive issues, do we really want to tie ourselves down to something that he will just be like, hey, we're doing this now?
I think it would be better to confirm whatever we're looking for's existence before we contact him, and then also, something to consider. We've all discussed his motives are still unclear. What if something's down there that doesn't need to be discovered and we lead him straight to it?
That's fair.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good concern.
So until we know that it's there and that we absolutely have to go down, and that's the way he's the only option, I think we should just move forward for the time being.
Yeah, Kate
Or
thinks we should
play
just
things
wait
close to
and
the
get a
chest.
little more information. Yeah. Because the other
Okay.
thing we possibly wanted was a sending stone, and it's like there are other sources for that, and also the kids are. I think we're all kind of guessing the kids are okay for the short term while we look into this.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long a journey is it to the Drakes?
Let's look at a map. A map.
There is a map.
We have a map now.
Map.
Um,
One second,
that
sorry.
measurement is totally wrong. It's okay though. Wow, I had the whole scale of the map now. I need to do a thing. Give me 1 second. Doop 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 doop.
Take us about a day of travel from Iran. It should take us
Half day.
Um,
That.
a little over.
Oh,
Part right away.
From Iran, it took us 3 days to get here.
Took a day and a half or less.
Yeah, day and a half or less.
Because you
If we left
stopped
in the evening.
here. So basically, I'm just going to point out the trip. So you stopped here, made camp because you left in the evening. So it took you the better part of a day to get to Milestone, where it was night by the time you got there. I need to actually make this grid properly sized, and I don't know how best to do it.
I mean, we also don't know how mountainous this actually is.
That's true. Sorry, give me 1 second. However, actually, no, not yet. Not yet, but soon. Sorry, I need to look up measurements.
All good.
Uh, see if that works. Is that accurate? What I need? No, it's not. It's closer.
How do you spell Rabanastar's name?
Rabanastre. Yeah, actually, that might work if I take the snapping off. Yeah, it's still too big. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to set up a grid measurement on this that's somewhat accurate and not total shite. Let's do that. Cool. It's probably horribly inaccurate for the Sword Coast, but we're going to say each hex is about 8 miles. That makes measurements make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because my hex map is weird, and it's fine. Yeah, so it'll take you probably about a day or so. Probably less than a day, probably half a day. If you were traveling at a briskly pace. Yeah, that seems about right? After traveling a decent number of miles in a day with the cart.
Yeah.
It's about 20 miles or so away. It's less if you go straight across the bay, but
Well, Magnu can drive a boat, right?
Magna can drive a jet ski.
All right, let's all
a
pile on a
boogie
jet
board
ski,
equivalent.
guys.
I mean, we could rent a small
Like a
boat and see
wind
how it
sails.
goes, you know?
Oh man.
Those are options. However, you are outside of the Druid's Grove as you've kind of been walking and talking to get out and to the south side of Milestone. Were you going back through the town? I believe that was the play. Going through the town as you're walking.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
need to
get the
talk
cart.
to. Well,
And yeah,
Yeah,
grab the
get the
cart
cart.
through the town, through the things. Cool. So you go back towards the Oakfather's Boon, where the cart is stationed. And as you're making your way through the city, you once again cut through the market alleyways and then back up into the actual main road of town from the Druid's Grove. Continuing on to the Oakfather's Boon, where your cart was resting and located. All of you are able to enter into this large oaken establishment one more time, if you wish. As you all were traveling, you would have been keeping an eye out for Julia in the town, of which you did not see her on the way to the Oakfather's Boon. However, as soon as you all walk into the Boon one more time, you notice a large crowd of people once again gathered around a beautiful halfling. And the bar seems to be in kind of a rouse. Music's playing, people are dancing, there's a number of people fawning over Julia. But you all enter the Oak Brothers Boon. Get your cart, and somebody is getting your cart for you all as you're waiting. Kate, anybody, what would you like to do?
I'm going to keep my distance from her in the crowd, but sit down at a table and see if I can catch her gaze.
Or how are you trying to catch your gaze?
I mean, I'm really just sitting at a table, kind of like looking at her every now and then, because I don't want to go and like make a scene in front of all the people who are fawning over her. I just want to see if I can, if I can get her to notice me, but I'm not doing anything crazy to get her attention. I'm just kind of sitting in an area and waiting to see if she's gonna notice me.
Okay. Cool. You sit there, and you look over, and look over again. She seems to be very enthralled in the story that she's telling. About 15 or so minutes pass of you just hanging out, and she's still engrossed in the story, telling things with people, having people laugh and fawn over her, comedy in her story. And another 5 or so minutes go by, and just as about the time you're thinking, it's like, hey, maybe I should get up and say something. You see her kind of pause the group and kind of walk in your direction, just kind of like raising hands. Like, didn't expect to see y'all back here so soon.
Yeah, we just got through. Why don't you have a seat and we'll talk real quick.
Okay. And she kind of like look over her shoulder back at the group and just wave it off. And she'll sit down at I'm gonna say we have some type of like bench seating here almost. At some of these tables, so yeah, she'd sit down.
My hope is that I can talk to her without like too many additional people hearing what we're talking about. Is that going to be possible?
It's a pretty busy bar, pretty filled. I mean, they're off doing their own thing and like having their own drinks and stuff, but there's probably about 20 or so people in this tavern, not including you all.
Hey, Shulia. So we just met with some people and we're about to head off on an adventure, but I wanted to stop by and see if we could catch you before we left town for a bit.
You caught me. I haven't left town yet.
Yeah, any news on your artifacts that you're looking for?
I've got a couple of leads. I have a meeting with the head druid a little bit later tonight. So we'll see. But I'm hoping Silvermane can kind of guide me in the direction of their old hideout or some such whereabouts. It's kind of hard to track if you don't know somebody who's been there. And, none of the regular druids or anything around here would even know what that's about, so it's a little bit difficult. Figured I'd just go to the source.
Well, it's really nice to be in touch with an old friend. Is there any way that we could stay in touch? Is there some way that I could reach you if we don't see each other again for a little bit?
She pauses. Thanks for a moment. It's so difficult to stay in one place. She's like, I don't have any stones. You're not telepathic, are you?
I am not. And I
Oh,
kind of look around at the party to see if anyone else is.
She just kind of looks. She's like, that's a shame. If you were telepathic, you could just kind of send a message, but And she kind of thinks for a moment. I don't know, but I'm currently residing at the Boon for now. If you were to send a letter or something like that, I'd probably get it here. If not, I'm sure I would probably leave a forwarding address. I wouldn't just leave, but I might just leave. Might not come back. Depends on what I find. I mean, a letter, I guess? I really don't know. She kind of like pauses, a little flustered.
That's fair. Do I know how to get I know what the Boon is? Oh, that's this place.
That's
the
the
Oak
place
Brothers
you're
Boon.
in,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
You definitely
cool.
know what the Boon is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh my god.
But I wish you well on your journey. Stay safe. You wouldn't want your uncle to worry. And keep all of your friends safe. They seem like a good bunch.
You as well. Take care of Lucius, and hopefully our paths cross again in the future.
Of
Give her a
course.
big hug.
And she will give you a big hug as well. And then she'll kind of sit there. When are you leaving? The least I can do is get a round of drinks for these fine adventurers over here. And she kind of like raises her voice and flags one of the bar staff. Comes over, ready and attempting to take a drink order of anybody who would like a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinks for people who want them. Anybody who doesn't want a drink or doesn't want something alcoholic, that can also possibly be provided in the form of juice or milk or something of the kind.
With reserved giddiness, I take a drink.
It's like, okay. And she's just like, all right. Well, it's one last round with you all before whatever adventure awaits all of us. And she kind of like raises her glass. Do. Cool.
Cheers.
What's that? Oh, cheers.
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 I heard it. Yeah, sorry. I
Warren.
thought I heard tears at first, and I was like, strange.
Tears.
But,
Yeah.
we're just like overflowing. Just,
Very emotional.
Cool. Cool. So you have a round of drinks. It's about midday at this point. But Julia seems positive, bright, entertaining as always. And she seems to be focused on her meeting with Arceus later in the evening.
Cool. Is the cart ready?
Warren.
The cart has been ready for about 5 minutes now as you all are having these drinks and conversations.
I don't finish my drink, if that's a
Okay.
thing.
Warren looks to Shulia and says, "Well, good luck to you. If there's any way we can help you," he gives a look to the party. "I'm sure we'd all be interested in doing that in our coming and going. And perhaps the next time we get together, you could tell me more about my Uncle Burke."
Of course. Who knows? One day we might be the new Council of Eight. She kind of like smirks and smiles and just kind of like gives a sachet as she kind of begins to wander off.
Sachet.
Sachet.
Fancy word.
Warren also, he'll hop off his chair and he'll take a look over at Donna's armor and he'll drop one of the two of his, what are they called? Yeah. Anyway,
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
plus one to her armor.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. But yes, the cart is ready. Ready for you all to go wherever you need to go with your cart. And
Are we all walking towards the cart?
you sure can be. But that's
For
up
sure.
to you guys. Cool.
So as we head towards the cart, Kate is all starry-eyed, and he says,
Whoa.
"She's so nice, isn't she?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She is very nice, yes.
Very nice.
And as you all walk out of the establishment to the cart itself, and you're walking to the cart and where it's posted up at, I rolled really well for that. So, you all see your cart. Was it one or two horses that drew it? I can't remember. I believe it was.
It was
Hang
two.
on. Cart?
It's
Which cart?
mechanically
Oh
powered.
no, it's your mechanical cart. That's right. I
Yeah,
apologize.
Yeah.
A magic
Because you had
cart.
left the other cart that was not the cart. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was more of a wheelbarrow type thing. Yeah.
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 Okay. Sorry, I
It's my car.
apologize. I know
Yeah, my
you had a transportation device that you took the unicorn from, and that's what I thought we were still talking about. But I understand your car. Gotcha. Cool.
Yes.
So you see your cart.
Cart.
Anyway,
Card.
it's the cart. No, but you see your magically powered wheel device, and as you all are walking to it to board and begin to set about on your way, you notice someone's head kind of pops up from the far side of the cart, as if like climbing up the side of it and standing on it. and you see the dirty blonde hair of one Cassidy Trickfinger.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey.
Where have you been?
Oh, well, doing things around the town, trying to make some money on the sly. These guys are really shit at knifey fingers. It's hilarious. I took off like 4 fingers. It was the best. Like, they couldn't win. They lost a hand. They lost their money. Oh, God. It was a
Does she look
blast of a
drunk?
time. No, she
Oh.
looks completely sober and like gleaming from ear to ear.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Well, we have a job.
Awesome. I was running low on funds. I drank way too much the last couple
I
of days. There's the House of Pleasure up there. God, that House of Pleasure
Don't
is
know
just a
if
whole
it's
thing.
money.
This
No money.
this
What?
particular job pays an experience.
Pays
We'll
an
probably get
experience.
something from it.
You
I
see her
just don't
face
know
kinda,
if
like,
it'll be money.
Turn a little bit. Just like, well,
With the possibility of more.
I mean, y'all are still paying me, right, to be with you guys and to help out. So
We were
if you're
you.
paying me,
Yep,
We-
we're totally paying you. I look at her seriously.
I believe that was one of the conditions for her coming with you all and leaving in the first place was that you would
Was it?
fund her coming with you. That was kind of the point of a hireling. Yes.
Well, how much do we
how
owe
much
her
is
right
it?
now?
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say.
don't remember
How
that.
do we owe her?
So-
I don't think we ever had the discussion. We
You
just
never
said
did.
if you come with us, we will pay
There's,
for you.
there's money involved. We'll pay you. Yeah, that was kind of the
Yeah.
extent of it. It
Oh.
hasn't been to. You haven't given her any money thus far, but there's a promise
I mean,
to pay
I
somewhere. in
dumped
there.
a good 100 gold on her for
That's
share
true.
of that one deal, so she.
I mean, if
I-
things
I-
get more difficult, we can ask for compensation. Like, it's not like we weren't offered compensation, but if we wanted it, we could probably
We were
ask for
offered
it.
compensation, we just weren't necessarily offered gold.
We also don't know how much we owe her. It could be literally like 20,000 gold. We have no idea. No.
She's just like sharking you for all your money and just like
Yeah.
railing up a tab.
Yeah.
She's actually the Rakshasa.
Fingers
She
where
just got you on a devil's
that
contract.
much.
I knew it.
The whole time. That's why they were never in the same room. But no, she looks kind of like upset that there's not like a financial payout for this. But she was promised work, and she is back with your group and with the cart. But she says, well, whether we're getting paid by them or I'm getting paid by you or somebody's getting paid, I really don't care. The cart's ready to go. It's all juiced up. Magic crystal looks like it's working just fine. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get. Where are we going?
To speak to Drakes.
Headed south.
South, I understand. Drake's?
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be.
And then maybe finding an underwater
Adventure.
city. No. That's more your speed.
Underwater City sounds a lot better than Drake's. All right, get a boss. And she kind of like tucks into the cart itself, waiting for the rest of you all to get in and get on and go.
On our
I-
way out of town, do we need to look for water breathing potions just in case?
You might. That might be a good idea.
I mean,
Athana, where did you get that cool sword?
I can take you there.
Perfect.
Sure.
I mean, do we want to go to the Drakes and then come back here anyway? Because then we can figure out whether we're going underwater and sort of.
I mean, if we're gonna consider Mossstone kind of our source of operations, again above the table, but might as well come back here before we.
Well, I
take
mean,
on our-
Mossstone is probably where we'll head out from if we're going into the bay anyway, because it's a port. So.
Well, yes. I mean, at the very least, if he doesn't have what we're looking for right now, there's a possibility
yeah.
he can get it between
Yeah.
when we go and come back.
I mean, we're only going to be gone for like a day and a half.
You say that.
Well, I actually know I
Oh,
know the
okay.
alchemist in town, right?
You know the. Yes.
I worked a couple days at a shop, right? Byland's Apothecary.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So I don't know. Could we just stop by on the way out and just see if he has what we need? Then great, and if not, then maybe he can start working on it for when we come back.
Sure.
I think it's a good
No.
I'm
idea.
not asking you. I'm asking the party.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
distracted
I
by
think
something,
that is-
apologize.
I mean,
Magnu thinks that's a
agree.
great idea.
Yeah.
Sorry about
So
that.
does Nimlock.
Eventually,
No,
you're
you're
going to be asking him.
Everybody asks eventually.
I can't.
Let's take a 5 real quick because I need to go check on something, guys. Sorry.
All right,
Cool.
I need to get some water, Boop.
Yeah, I also need snacks.
I think Mossstone has extended her session by 20 sessions, or our campaign by 20 sessions.
We are on session 20 right as of today.
Yeah.
But I think Mossstone has been at least 6 of those.
Yeah.
I'm down
Well,
for
I'm
it.
saying it's going to extend it another 20
Yeah.
sessions after
Oh,
this.
yeah. I'm down for Mossstone being like our base too. Like it's right in the middle of all of our stories.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't mind it. Like, I like it being the central of what we're doing,
Mhm.
or the center of what we're doing, but I don't want it to be like the defining point for this campaign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys have anything else you want to do, like, by all means, go ahead and take the reins.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I mean that's kind of one of those things where like, for me, I understand that we could be playing this campaign for another year and a half, right?
Oh yeah,
Or,
easily.
or more. So it's like we're on this leg of the story. Like let's play it out. I'm all for it. Like we're gonna have time to explore all the other stories. So like, I'm not in a hurry with it. So I would, if I were you, I wouldn't be too worried that your story is taking too much screen time or that.
No, I'm not worried it's taking too much screen time, but I don't want people to feel left out in terms of, because like a lot of like the first hour and a half of this session has just been like druid talk,
Mhm.
and I'm sure that wasn't very exciting.
I mean, I thought, again, I'm playing for the experience of it, right? So for me, it's a lot of fun. And these
Yeah,
people are they're connected to, they're connected to Magnu's story. They're connected to,
Stop hitting all the buttons.
some of Athana's story because, she lives north of the Wildoth. She's got adventuring family. So, I mean, there's definitely ties into the whole party. So, we're all interested in building the relationships here if that's how things roll out.
absolutely, yeah. No, I'm excited to see where it goes, though. I want to see
Yeah.
what MTC has in store. I think it'll be fun.
Oh, me too.
We're going to talk to some drakes.
We're gonna talk to some Greeks.
They're
Does
like,
anybody speak Draconic?
they're like my uncles. Yeah, of course I speak
I would
Draconic.
assume the dragon would.
I'm a kobold.
He's-
Do I
he's part
speak
dragon.
Draconic?
He's like a dragon goblin.
Essentially, yeah.
That's yeah.
Yep. That is
So
accurate.
You got this for us, right? Right, Orsake? You got the whole.
0 charisma.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Do you actually have 0 charisma?
sure do.
What's your?
Hold up. Charisma?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, 0. Mhm.
0 modifier.
Oh hell yeah!
Mhm.
Fuck yeah! All right.
But here's the thing,
Let's do
right?
it.
If I can't like talk to them or they don't want to be nice, I'll beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They're just
Magnus-
drakes. I'm not afraid
I
of a
mean-
drake.
We're assuming they only speak Draconic.
It's true. We don't
Typically.
know anything about the drakes.
It's very,
Typically, yes.
yeah, very.
But we also
Mhm.
have a freaking dragon on Cyrus's shoulder.
And a bunch of orphans. But we also.
We
don't
are
know.
very dragon friendly, at least
Yeah.
by appearances.
For sure.
Yeah, but they're like my uncles. That'd be cool.
I like your uncles.
Mhm.
That's
That's
awesome.
what Magnus is.
Distant cousins, I would have thought.
I mean, Magnus is only 2. Everyone seems older than him.
I am
Well,
definitely.
I
older
am.
than
I am
Magnus.
not 2. I am 8. Okay.
You're 8.
Thank you very much.
Months?
No, I'm 8 years old. Hey, that's an adult, okay? That's
is
2
a-
years
it's a
older than an adult.
Full-grown, fully
I am
developed.
I am a man kobold. Thank you very much.
A man kobold.
I had my bar mitzvah. All right.
Oh, I hate y'all so much. That's hilarious. No.
I hate you so much. No.
That was a very doggy no.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
What?
Her babies.
mhm.
Well, good then.
Ardreth over at Uncremens might have some sending stones.
What, buddy? And some gummies, yeah.
Cade's back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
I can't do it tonight, but one of these sessions, either after or before, I need need somebody to stick around and help me get notes caught up because I'm behind on all the stuff I've missed.
I mean, we can do a notes thing. if
I
you
got
want.
plenty of notes to share.
I got plenty of notes all over one book in 4 different places, but I'm not sure those really count.
I have never not written this small amount of notes for a campaign before.
Wow.
And I'm here for it because my
So
character's
you
minus
have no idea what's
intelligence.
going on.
Well, my character's minus intelligence. It tracks.
Ah, fair
She's
enough.
not
too.
remembering shit. So I don't have to remember shit.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I just got back myself. Cool.
Yeah, I'll let my dog in here in a little bit, but
Yeah, all good. I'm not here.
yeah, so.
All right.
All right.
Is everybody back?
Mhm.
I think so.
I am back.
Cade, Colts, Hawkeye, Magnoon, and Mothman.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, here. Yep.
Just making sure. Is Cade back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cade's back.
Cade's back. Cool. All right, bet. So you get on your electrified magic cart and begin to head out of town. You're following the road down until you can't anymore. Or how are you getting to?
Well, I thought we were going to stop at the potion shop first.
Oh, potion shop. Yes, thank you. Good
Yep.
looks. Cool. So Athana, you know the way. You take the cart in that direction immediately.
Potion shop was carried.
Potion shop's Cade.
Cade is potion shop. Wow,
And
I'm
Vince
fucked up.
is the
I thought you were
other
going for magical item shop. I'm sorry.
We might go to both.
That's
Go ahead.
fair. Cade would then point the direction of the potion shop. And you would head that way. And you know, I would have done well to write down that guy's name. I'm sure I would have.
Bylan.
Bylan, thank you. Cool. So you get to Bylan's Apothecary. The windows the same as they were the day you left. A little bit of grime on them, but other than that, it's Bylan's. Seems to have some business going in and out. A few customers coming in and out as you pull up. Yeah. You
Cool. I'm
get
gonna
off the
walk
cart.
in and say, "How's it going, my guy?"
It's going better today than most days, actually. It's good to see you. Did you come to put in some more time and some more work on your craft?
Not right now. We are about to head out of town, and we may have need soon to do a little bit of underwater exploration. So I was curious if you had any underwater breathing potions or anything that might help out in that regard.
And you see his face kind of light up a little bit. Give me a second. And he kind of like walks over toward a back shelf. Looks around and says, "Where is it? You had a large occasion to use these, or have any reason to sell them? I'm sorry, no, not this box." And then you finally, you see about 2 or so minutes of this happens, and then he pulls this like green and embroidered with like gold leaf kind of box, wide and long box, probably about the size of like a guitar case in length, and probably about as much in width as well. But it's fully like squared around the edges. He kind of pulls out this box, and you see him like blow a little bit of dust off the top of it before he kind of like pulls it over and sets it up on the table, and flips it up and says, "Let's see." He's like kind of like flipping through this box, and as he opens it up, you see 40-ish odd potions, different sizes, vials, colors, etc. in this green box, and it's kind of opened up and almost like a fisherman's tackle box. It's got like layers inside of layers on this thing, which is like potion shelf racks, and as it like opens up and accordions out, you see him kind of like going through his potions that he has. Underwater breathing, you said. And kind of looks through. Here they are. And you see him kind of like finger scrolling through the box, kind of like looking over things, trying to find stuff. And then where he stops is a collection of. Let's see, how many does he have, guys? Let's see, that's a that. And. We'll do that because you helped him with potion making and took some time off his hands to be able to do other things. Cool. He has a total of 8 vials of this light blue turquoise liquid that he proclaims is the underwater breathing potion. There are how many? How many do you need?
At least 7. Couldn't hurt to have one spare. What's it going to be for the lot?
Good question. So,
Hold on to your wallets, boys.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's a buddy of mine. He's going to hook us up.
Yep, totally. Your best
Yeah,
friend.
totally.
The DM said unsarcastically.
Interesting.
I doubt it.
Hold on. That's incorrect. Sorry, I'm looking for things.
I only think I've been managing my money correctly. I have around 600 gold. Is that like roughly what you guys
that's
have? Or
about-
Yes, that's about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at this because this is
Sorry, you have 600 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
and it's silver.
and it's silver. Oh god. Cool. Sorry. I was looking up a general pricing thing, and obviously that's jank and trash because it lies.
Is this
Mm,
like a druid shop, or is this like?
This is an apothecary. This is
Okay.
just a generalist potion maker shop. There are druidic elements to it. It seems like he benefits from being in a town with druids. His resources and materials become easier to come by. But he does seem very successful in what he's doing as far as like potion making goes. But he is just an alchemist of sorts.
I'll also
like
say
a-
we're doing on behalf of the Circle of Five and really in defense of Masta. I will mention that to him.
A
Sure,
Tower
the
over.
council
Yeah,
is
tower over
very
them. I'd say, yeah.
grateful. But the council doesn't really pay my bills now, do they? That being said, taking into account that you did do some work around here and help me out, they normally run about 160 gold apiece. But I could tone that down to the tune of 110 apiece for you, my fine friend.
He's got 8.
He has 8.
And I turn to my group and I say, well, I'm not hurting for money so bad. Like, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick mine up. But if you guys wanted to wait and make sure that you needed it, I don't mind that. Like we can always come back and buy these if we need them, but I've got the money. I don't mind going ahead and picking up one for myself right now.
I reluctantly give the money to him.
I will go ahead and do it as well.
Seeing as everyone else seems to be.
Yep. 110, you say?
110.
Trickfoot is not paying for his, is she?
No. So, how many of us
Yeah.
are there?
I'll throw in for it. If
Yeah.
somebody wants to help.
No, actually, funnily enough, she's entered the shop with you all. Oh no, I got it. I got mine. No problem. And she like pulls out this hefty bag of gold and just
Oh
kind of
yeah,
puts it on
she's
the table.
been scamming people.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got it. No big deal. Shit, fuck! I'll even pick up the extra one. And she throws another bag of gold down and picks up the eighth. one.
Damn.
God damn it.
Gotta make money somehow. Gotta spend money to make money. I'm sure there's
Potion,
something.
potion of water breathing? Is that what we're getting taken? again?
Yeah, potion of water breathing is what we got.
Add that to my backpack.
June's a tourist.
Now I need to make sure. You said it's in your backpack already. Cool. I'm gonna
Yep.
check your character sheet then because I need to see what they determine a potion of water breathing does. Because the
1
website
hour?
I just looked at is
1
1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says 1 hour.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that too
1 hour
long or
again?
too short? I don't really know.
That's considerably short, but
We'll just,
Oh,
we'll just,
good.
we'll just homebrew it. Like whatever you say it is what it is.
Wasn't the
yeah, I'm
last
trying to
one we
think.
took 8
Was it
hours?
because was the
It was
last
8
one
hours.
scrolls or spellcasted or was
No,
it
it was
drinking potions?
potions.
There's potions and
Okay,
it's
so
4
then
hours.
we'll go with the same. Was it 4?
4. No, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll
Mhm.
go with 4 because I was gonna go 8, but we'll split the difference at 4 like it was earlier. We'll say that in this world, potions of water breathing are a 4 hour, not a 1 hour. 'Cause if you're paying for 1 hour, 110 gold, that's a lot. That's a butt ton. 4 hours doesn't make it much better, but it's better than 1 hour. And that's what we went with the first time. So that's gonna be the
If you
Lord
want to
Lord,
make it
'cause
8
the-
hours, I'm fine with that. You know, I'm just saying.
I mean,
You know,
not to be a pain, I could have swore you said it was because there was enough for us to have it for 2 days.
I've got it
What's
in my
that?
notes. Let me just scroll
yeah,
back.
scroll back to the notes because I thought it was 8, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was 8 because we were
I
down there
think
for an
it
entire
was.
day.
Yeah.
It took us
I remember
every bit of
thinking
6
we were-
hours to
I
get
remember
there.
thinking we were gonna need the backups, and then you said it was 8 hours. I was like, nope, we're good.
I feel like I said 8 as well. That's kind of where my head
Okay.
was at, so that's kind of what I was gonna go with. But
I mean,
double
I'm
check
fine
that
with
note for me.
running it
We'll assume it's
before.
8. If it's not 8 and it's actually 4 by the notes, then we'll go with that. But let's just move on for now and we'll figure it out as we go. If it needs to be 8, it needs to be 8. That's fine. But we'll work it in.
Yeah,
But 110
we've
is
got a bit.
Yeah, I have it. I
Yeah.
have it in my notes. It is 8 hours.
okay.
Okay.
Then 8 hours it is, and we're going to disregard everything except the look of the potion. Cool.
Sweet.
So 110 from each of you. If you subtract that from your purses, pockets, you can add a potion of water breathing to your inventory to be on you and use for an 8 hour period. You don't have to edit anything. We'll just understand as a table rule that it is 8 hours, and I'm going to write that down so I don't forget next week. 8 hour water breathing potions.
I look sadly at my coin verse.
Yeah.
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 I look at
Well,
mine and I
well-
say,
Look at it this way, and Trickfinger will kind of look at you. If there's something down there, there's treasure down there, then these pay for themselves.
I'm gonna look at Byline and say, these aren't expired, are they?
He kind of looks over. Expired? No, I don't sell.
All right, there's a lot of
hand-me-downs
dust to brush off that
halfways.
case.
My potions have a very, very long shelf life.
Okay.
I blow 3 inches of dust off my potion.
You just do that, and then it's just
Hey.
the dust like all blows toward Magnum's face. no. Okay, cool.
Weird request, but seeing how we bought all the potions, can we have the case?
You
The
bought
case
the
is,
8 potions that were in this case
Uh-huh.
of
Of that
40.
specific
about
kind.
100 or so different potions.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
This is
fair.
a long, like, guitar case
Fair,
style green
whatever.
case.
I understand.
I mean,
Folds
can we
out.
all
still get the
cool.
case though?
You still
Yeah,
get
can
the
we
case, the
still
whole
get
case.
the case?
Yeah, sure. We'll just pull every vial out one by one. As he's doing this, no, you cannot have the case.
All right.
Would you like a small container, something to carry a potion in? I could do that for you.
That's what a
Yeah.
backpack's for.
I have a backpack.
Yep.
Actually,
I was just curious if that was all that was in the box and if we could have it, but if we can't, it's fine.
No, it's a big box.
is it
And
gonna cost
has a-
extra if I get the little Better Use offering? Little carrying pouch.
No, it would not.
Ooh.
He
Okay, I'll take it.
pulls out a small brown bag of sorts from the bottom of the counter and hands it to you. It's like, free of charge.
Take a bite.
Can I roll to see if it's a bag of holding?
You
Hold
sure
on.
can. Make an investigation check.
We wish.
All right. 14.
14. You look at this bag, and it is just a paper bag.
Okay. Perfect. I gladly stuff that into my backpack.
We can start our collection of the bag of bags. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, goodness gracious.
One bag.
Does anybody else get a bag?
Inside another bag.
No.
No.
Suddenly the bag's a mimic. No,
Can you-
Hell yeah.
it's not your mimic, it's Aiden.
Oh, actually, he doesn't have. Like, he trained me to use a first aid kit, but I did not leave with one. Is that something that he would have here?
Yes, yes, he would have some sort of first aid kit. Yeah, I don't see why not. I guess a general store and him would both have it. What is the running price for a first aid kit? Yeah, he'd charge you 5 gold for a healer's kit.
Okay, cool. I'll take 2.
I hate to be that guy, but what's the inventory space of this bag?
Which bag? The paper
The
bag?
small, the paper bag.
It's like
I just hold one potion in it, essentially.
yeah, it's like a little like novelty sized bag. Like it's a 1 potion bag.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
No, you're good. It's a fair question to ask.
My image
Uh,
of him off of this just little tiny paper bag is spot on.
And
Then.
I
The
folded
little
up
paper,
neatly
yeah,
and put
little
it into
paper
my
bag. Just, yep,
into my
but
robe.
as you're looking at this bag, like, oh, how big is it? This is just a bag. You see a imprinted stamp on the front of it that just says.
Infinite stamp.
If you didn't
No,
mean
like a
to, over you
small
just went live.
imprinted. What?
What?
Said
Oh,
over
you're
just so
showing
you
off
know
his
you went
dice.
live. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's my dice box.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Sorry. What were you saying,
Um,
MTC?
Yeah, so that's derailed now.
It's an embossed bag with the name of the shop on it.
Yep. It's got
Infinite.
Byland's Apothecary stamped on the front of it.
Got it.
It's a novelty bag. It's nice. It's cute. He kind of looks over your shoulder. Do you need any other potions, creations, various things?
I don't. I think we may be good for now.
What about your first aid kit? Huh?
Got those. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. As much as I love having all of your wonderful faces in my shop, and it's always good to see you, my friend. The shop is quite tiny, and I need the space for other people to come in.
Okay, I get it.
I mean,
and I say thank you and walk the fuck out.
I
half
follow.
of our
Thank you.
party is half size.
That's why we can all
There's
fit in
basically
here.
3 people in there.
I think it's more the noise that we're making, but that's okay.
It's a small shop. It's not a big shop. Think like if you walk into a Little Caesars, that whole front area, that's the whole shop.
Cyrus is gonna walk out and be like, "Asshole just got 1,000 gold off of this and games and talk to us on the way out." Jesus.
I got a paper bag.
Make sure to tell your friends. Byland's the best. You just hear the jingling of coin purses and purses of coin as he
One.
scrapes everything in front. Cool. So you all are back out in the street with the cart and the water breathing potions.
Mhm.
Do we
Cool.
need to go to the place, or do we want to carry on?
No, we can carry on. I think we have everything we need, right?
Mhm. Cool. So you take the cart and begin to make your way out of Mossstone, down south toward the Starspire Mountains. Now I will ask navigationally, because we have this wonderful little shite map here. Are you staying on the road? Are you staying by the coastline? How are we doing this? What's the way of travel if anybody wants to try and do a no snapping measurement map to kind of show the way? I don't know who's driving the cart. I can assume it would be Magnu with his
Yeah.
non-vehicle
I mean, like
proficiency.
I would say we'd stay on the road until like the quickest point of diversion to the mountains,
Mhm.
and then kind of go along the shoreline if we can in the cart for as long as we can to get to the point where we're told to go. So
Sure. Cool. Absolutely. All right. So you all set off in the cart. All of you kind of in the cart, and some people hanging off of it, on top of it, around it. You all manage to fit, and the cart begins to go down the bayside. And we're gonna do this. I don't know if this song's gonna work. But we're gonna try it.
travel music.
Hell yeah. Warren is going to hop in the back of the motorized cart
Mhm.
and is going to pull out some sketchbooks. And I would like to attempt to draw up some sort of rough blueprints to see what it would take for me to modify our motorized cart into the submersible we used.
Oh man.
Oh.
Nice.
Quite a tall order.
Uh-huh. Warren is aware that it would be expensive and time consuming, but he's in a creative mood.
Absolutely.
Curiosity
So you start getting back there and doing some scheming and schematicking and kind of like looking at the material of the cart and things like that. The first thing you notice as you're kind of doing this and figuring everything out about what the ramifications of trying to do this might be or how to set up this thing. This is a nice wooden cart. It's made of wood. It's all wood. It's got open slats in it. There are pieces of board that are not completely sealed together. That is one of your first concerns, is the fact that it's not watertight.
Yep.
Trying to figure out a way to make the crystal travel up and down might be a whole different matter of science. And arcane knowledge, because this motorized cart moves forward and back and it's great, but trying to get something to move gyroscopically is much more different. It would take a lot. It would take a lot by rough guesstimating to turn this cart into a float-worthy, raise-worthy submersible. You're sketching and doing and trying to figure out. Like you spend most of this trip until you diverge off of the main road into the actual like rocky part of the coastline. Trying to sketch this out and figure this out and just kind of like try and detail. You get to a rough figure in your head of about maybe 10,000, 15,000 gold to make this cart seaworthy and floatable and somehow make the thing do what it's supposed to do and be a submersible as well as a vehicle. Because the concept is still try and make it a vehicle as well as a submersible, and that's a whole nother trick. Like you could take the wheels off and you could seal it up and you could make it a box, but it's about keeping that whole aesthetic together would be much more expensive and difficult. So you're guesstimating in the range of about 12,000 gold.
Okay.
I don't know what more I love about this, the complete seriousness in which it was asked, or the complete seriousness in which
It was
you
answered.
just explained why this is not fucking possible.
Oh, it's possible.
Oh,
It's possible.
It's just not happening
It's
today.
Possible.
It's
That's what
really
farcical,
is.
but it's
Time.
possible. I will give in to the
Warren
fact that the
did
player
it.
could do it.
That
Yes,
was great.
it will just cost you, but yes,
mean, let's do
anything is
it.
possible. It's
Who
D&D.
doesn't want a James Bond car?
Uh-huh.
If I cast guidance on him, would it reduce the cost?
Guidance would get him a more accurate number to realize that it's probably closer to 13,000.
Okay.
You see him like toiling in the back of the car, and you're like,
Like
guidance.
furiously ripping up blueprints. Like, no, this is, and that, well, maybe this, and just doing the whole thing. Cool. Is anybody else doing anything while he's feverishly working over blueprints?
I want to read. I want to read. 1 second. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I want to read volume 13 of the book series, The Circle of Eight. I want to read that.
Ooh. Good. Awesome. I need to see if there's actually. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sorry if I like kind of threw you there for a loop. You don't have to.
No, it's fine. I'm just looking up something really quickly because I think I just. Yeah, cool. That is not that. Why is that not right? That is not what I'm looking for. Sorry. This is gonna bother me now. It's gonna bother me. I apologize, y'all. I'm now down a rabbit hole that I need to figure out because it's gonna piss me off if I don't. Austin,
Sophie,
there
what
we
the-
go.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Can I
to
ask-
do
No,
that.
you're
Can I ask-
fine. It's not that.
Can I ask the party something while you're doing that, or is that going to be too distracting?
Yeah, go for it.
So Cade, when we were at the temple in the forest, Cade found some documents that indicated like plans for like where they were. Like, wasn't there something about like there was like land plans or something that I found, or was it just a?
You found the scrap notes of the ritual that they performed to attempt to bring Talona's aspect into our realm of existence.
I thought there was something about a map. Maybe it was just a map of the
It was a
area that we were
star
in.
map of the area.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait, you were
Uh,
supposed to give that to me, I think, or to
Uh,
Nimloth.
It wasn't
I think.
necessarily to give it to Nimloth. It was just something you had found. I don't know if you had just said that you were going to give it to Nimloth, but Nimloth might be able to make more use of it. But what was the question I was answering that I said I need to rabbit hole for a second? I'm sorry.
It was the Circle of Eight,
Council of Eight. Or not,
Council of-
Company of Eight. I'm sorry, Company of Eight.
the Company of Eight. Okay.
I've been mispronouncing it, I'm sure. Circle of Eight is a bunch of
Circle of the
wizards.
Council of.
I know.
Circle of 5, Company of 8.
Circle
of the Pentagon.
Council
or
of
the Council
Five, Circle of Eight, Company of Eight. Circle of Eight is a different thing in the Greyhawk
Oh my
setting that involves
freaking
Mordenkainen.
God.
I know it's all the big wizards, Rary, Mordenkainen,
Yeah.
Nystel, that crap. That's the Circle of Eight. The
Yeah,
Company of Eight is the adventurers. What was the question? There was
It
a
wasn't
question.
really a question. I was just reading the
Oh,
volume.
you're reading the thing. Yes, that's what
the
we're
volume 13 because
Okay, cool.
volume
Now
14
that I found it, I
volume
have
is
it.
missing.
I got you. Give me 1 second. Cool. So as you're reading this, you read for about 3 hours or so as the cart's getting to its break-off point before a next injunction kind of happens. And as you're reading over this volume, it goes into great detail about how the group was trying to combat chaos and anarchy on a nationwide scale in the region. Eventually, the chapters kind of lead on to talking about a tyrant named Nievdan Ilun, and they were in power in the Northeast. The company had made an attempt to take their life unsuccessfully. They talk about sorry.
Could you send that to me in writing?
I can.
Okay.
It's kind of happenstance.
Yes.
You see a number of the other members named in these chapters that you're reading about. Along with Arceus's name, which you recognize, you also see the name Manfred Arbustle, a person named Marilyn, another folk named Patty Stoutfellow, some mentions about Lawantha. Wow, that's a name. And her relationship with Arceus, and this, that, and the third. It's almost like an encyclopedia in accounting, written from the perspective of one Tardeth. As his name is not directly mentioned in most of these passages, it seems like it's written about everybody else. But you do hear, or you do read back and forth that people are talking to Tardeth, and then it almost seems like the book is written in his view of everything.
How do you spell Tardeth?
Tardeth. Or Tardeth. Sorry. Wow.
No, yep, got it. All right. Wow, that was a lot of information. Okay.
Sorry. I will send you the thing when I have
Yeah,
it
let
organized.
me, hold on. Okay.
Are good. Cool. I don't think you would have gotten through the entirety of the book at this point. It's a pretty decent encyclopedia-sized volume.
Could I glean from this book that this entire series was written in the perspective of this person?
Not having seen any of the other volumes of the book, you're not sure.
Okay.
This particular encyclopedia was written seemingly under the voice of one person. Now,
Okay.
whether all the rest are the same way, you can assume maybe, but you wouldn't know for sure unless you saw the other ones. And I assume you started from the first page from the front, right? You weren't just like flipping
Yeah, I
through it.
basically just like opened
Cool.
page one and just
Yeah.
went.
So what you notice when you open page one is it's not like a new chapter as page one or like chapter one or anything like that. It's literally just like these scrawlings that continue on down the page, like from whatever the previous volume was. It's just like almost like that paragraph ended and another one started immediately. There's no like header or titling to say like, oh, this is a new section about something.
So it's like an episodic kind of thing.
It
Right.
seems like it almost picked up in like the middle of where the last book left off. Like kind of in the middle of detailing something that's already been explained priorly, if that makes sense.
Like someone's journal, they finish the journal, they pick the
Right. Right. It's like on to the next page and da 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 and keep going. And then it all got eventually put into like episodic set, I guess. But you read Unimpeded by Warren's Scratchings and Scribblings. Anybody else? Doing anything crazy in the car?
Cade would just be spending some time like letting his owl fly overhead and watching through his eyes and seeing it, communicating the navigation of flight, just kind of seeing what he can glean from what his owl can tell him about how that feels and the skills associated with doing so. Just because it's kind of fun, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You take the form of the owl several times in your mind's eye, just kind of like space out for a little bit and feel that freedom of the air and the sky. Make a perception check with the owl's eyes for me.
Ooh, how do I? Let me see if I can figure out how to do that.
So under your character sheet, you should be able to go under extras and add a familiar. I believe.
Oh yeah.
Should be, yeah.
Manage extras, choose category, familiar, and then find your owl. Add it, and then you can roll with its stats from your character sheet. I believe an owl is in there. Should be.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool. I didn't know you could do this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Stupid cool. It's a nice little thing. What you got?
Not
Alright,
very good.
Nice. Cool. So you're busy more focused on the owl itself and this whole thing. Just the
Question.
process of it and everything else. Yes.
Doesn't the owl have advantage on perception checks involving the eyes?
You think so? Oh, shit. I'm curious.
Yes. Keen hearing and sight.
Roll again.
Yep.
Sorry.
No.
Okay,
Well,
never
did
mind.
help you. Sorry about that.
Cool. So yeah, man, just having a great time doing this out of body experience and looking through the eyes of the owl, having a good time. You get distracted a little bit by the scribblings, but you're just chilling. In the owl, back to you, back to the owl, back to you, back to the owl, back to you. This is really fun. Rest of the party. Magnu's driving, so he's kind of focused on the driving.
Mhm.
Katana, you doing anything?
No.
Chilling with Magnu up front driving.
She
chilling
might
in
have
the
pulled out
back.
a liar and just been like, the radio.
The
Cool.
radio.
Music.
Yeah.
I
like
love
it.
it.
I love
Road
it.
trip DJ.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So you all managed to get to the break point where the road kind of like differs off. Let me just make sure. Yeah, y'all get there just fine. Cool. All right. Hey man, I gotta roll for things. It's just the way it is. Otherwise,
I
D&D
mean, the
doesn't
cart
work.
has already lost one wheel at one point. It
I
did
know.
crack.
So as you break the cart off to kind of like you see the coastline veering off to the if you're going south, it would be on your right. Veering off to the right and kind of like bending around as you see the Star Spire Mountains now kind of like rising heavily in front of you. And these things, they're not stupid tall. It's much more of a long mountain range, but it does definitely have some peaks and narrows. What you do notice at this intersection, and I'm gonna make a party token because I'm tired of not having a party token. We're gonna say you're here. Oh, you're not there.
That's a
super
big party
huge.
token.
You know, y'all are a big party. Oh God,
We are
just moved.
a half-size party.
There we go.
I mean, yeah.
That's true. So right at about the break in the coastline and further inland is more mountain. You all begin to kind of follow the coastline as best you can. As you get to this junction, for lack of a better word, you all would notice Magnu and well, I thought you wouldn't see it. Magnu, you would see driving the cart while everybody's in the back. There is a large black plume of smoke coming up from off in the distance, probably about 20 miles off or so. Right in this area.
I would alert everybody and like start working our way over to that area with caution.
Yeah, and I mean you can see like it does seem to be some sort of a volcanic system or top peak
Okay.
in the mountains as far as things go.
And that's
But you
where
do notice a black smoke kind of rising from it.
Okay. So it's like
And I
active.
will, seems to be.
With very much caution. Moving closer to it.
Cool. You all begin to make your way down the coastline, but also still towards the mountains themselves, to roughly the part of the bay that you've been directed towards by the map. I need. You know what? Magna, you're driving the cart.
Mhm.
Can you roll me a D12, please?
D12. 8.
Excellent. Cool.
Get out of there.
Cool. As you're driving the cart, the road is kind of non-existent. You're basically traveling across like almost shoreline, and it's not the smoothest shoreline. There are a lot of rocks and jagged bits and things like that going across. Cool. 8 means nice. Wonderful. Cool. I need to roll a thing. Awesome. That means that. And then a thing. Cool. So as you were going across the actual like water line, and near the water itself, you all would notice, the people who are looking out of the cart or looking around would notice that the bay itself is not blue. It's not turquoise. It is a more from the center of the bay. It is a orangish coloration. Like certain parts of it seem more turquoise and blue than others, but you can see it's just kind of like a color kind of permeating into the water itself. And further ahead on the coast, probably about a mile or so off, you can see just like this shimmering orange coloration on the coastline and on the waterline. But you continue to take the cart forward for another.
Like, how far are we right now into the coastline?
We'll get you there.
So I would say, like, stopping, like, maybe, what, like 2 miles out? What were the consensus here?
Yeah, that's basically where you're at. Oh, no. You would actually
Yeah.
be much closer. Beep.
Like,
About 2 miles out.
probably park it here away from danger and moving closer.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Good too. All right. So if you all are getting out of the cart and marching across land, I need a marching order.
Magna's gonna take front.
Magnum in the front.
Warren will be behind Magnet.
Cool.
I'm going to take second to last. I didn't realize that the cart has stopped because I'm so engrossed in my book.
All right, so let me just make sure I got
I'll
this written
take
down right.
last.
We're looking Magnum. You said Warren is second to last.
Warren is second to front.
Second to front.
Nimloth.
Sorry. Nimloth is second to last. Got it.
Yeah.
No, just
Athana
be
in the
middle, I
back.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of lead
Kate or
Athana
Cyrus
as
first.
well, since she's last.
Kate will
Would
go
you-
third.
Cool.
I think is what that
Excellent.
makes me. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's what makes you third. Cool. All right, so you all are on foot, kind of like traveling in a group, but for line purposes' sake, we'll say traveling in a line or with each other. Athana leading up the rear of the group, being kind of like guided through by Nimloth. Magnu is leading, so I will say make a survival check for me, please.
Oof. All right.
See how well you navigate.
13.
Cool. So, you navigate pretty decently to the direction you're heading, from where you're going, from where the map was pointed. So kind of going in a straight line to where you think you were directed from the map. Pretty uneventful for the most part for about another mile or so. At this point, you all have noticed a gradual increase in temperature. Like it's noticeably 4 or 5, 6 degrees hotter after this mile that you've traveled. It's mid-spring, summertime anyway, as far as the season goes. So it's already decently warm, but you can just feel like heat emanating off of the ground itself, the water, the rocks. It's getting a little bit warmer as you go forward, noticeably so. And I need to do a thing. Oh shit, fun stuff. Cool. So as you all are walking across the beach, kind of toward the destination you're still going toward, you notice there's a large set of rocks and crags and things like that that kind of rise up towards the mountainside and just kind of like sheer cliff almost up that way. Probably about a 30-foot rise on that side before it kind of plateaus out and then raises further up the mountain further on, but you all are on the bottom part of that. As you continue to walk, a number of jagged rocks and things like that kind of stick out of the beach itself. It's not by any means like a smooth sands beach. And as you all are walking, I need. We'll say Magna, you're still in the front, so we'll say Magna, make a perception check for me.
14.
14. Cool. Need to look at that because that's a thing that matters now. Cool. Sorry. Cool. So you would see as you're walking forward, probably about 30, 40 feet ahead of you, just at the water's edge, something breaks the surface of the water. And you see a decent size, probably bigger than you. You would notice it coming out of the water. It's just this kind of creature with a long, kind of like straight body, multiple legs, and pincers on its upper
Pincers.
things, like two separate chompers almost. And this thing just kind of like submerges or rises out of the water and just like begins to climb up onto the beach and crawl onto the land. You would notice that this creature has a number of, is that metal on it? Almost like an armor. But then you notice it's bits and bobs of things. Even at a distance, you can see it's like piecemeal at best. But this thing kind of like crawls up onto the shoreline in front of you all, probably about 40 feet in front of you.
Do I know what it is? Have I seen something like this before?
You can sure make a survival check to try and know what it is.
Could I do
Alright.
that as well? I'm assuming everybody sees this.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, now that you've
Natural 20.
seen- Natural 20.
Oh, okay, well, shit.
And anybody else who'd like to roll can roll.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I
up
mean,
at the front. I
I
might
know
as
what you
well.
mean.
13.
Seeing that Magnu is incredibly confident in this, I'm just gonna kind of let him lead.
Cool. So, what you would see. Sorry. What you would see is copy image. I'm gonna put it in general chat or new game chat.
Okay.
Boop. You see this.
Oh, hey.
Hell yeah.
It's like a large crawdad with mandibles. And it is crawled up onto the shore and kind of looking at you all. Or sensing. And as it crawls out of the water, you see the two antennae on the head just kind of like shift and almost like point towards you all. And then the head kind of turns momentarily after that.
Does it
Uh-oh.
notice us? Or is it
It's-
like, what is it? What's its attitude, I guess?
As its antenna kind of like snap towards you, and then the head kind of turns towards you all, you see all the little legs begin to skitter and scurry in your direction.
Oh,
I tell everybody to get ready.
Warren whips out a notepad and starts sketching.
And as you start sketching this thing as it's coming even closer, and I'll give you the sketching because fuck it, why not? You do notice that it is bits of armor and bits of random plate metal and things like that are just kind of like adorning the body of the creature itself.
no.
No.
No. Idea in my head. No.
New party pet.
No.
Can I
Yeah.
tell Can I tell what it is using a nature check? If that's possible, I don't know if that's.
You sure can try. Make a nature check for me. Magna, your natural 20 reveals that it is a angry creature.
Okay, so it's mad. It has armor. Does it look hurt?
It does not look hurt.
14 for a nature check.
14. You've heard tales, maybe, of something like this. I don't know if you know exactly what it is.
You wanna play with that?
It seems like a seaside scavenger of some sort. But you're not exactly sure what it's scavenging.
Mm.
Cool.
This is a feral. I yell out to the party. This is a feral beast, guys.
I might reuse the same map in 2 different sessions, so I apologize. But it'll be okay. Cool. So I'm going to see a thing, and then we're going to see a thing. Oh, no, I can't use that map for that. Jesus Christ. I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate it. Cool. So we're going to say, yeah, fun stuff. God bless it. Why don't I have a good map? Why do I never have good maps?
I literally have a shit ton of maps in a folder.
I know. I just need to reach out to you. I'm aware.
They're shed.
I
Everyone can
know.
see
I need to
them.
reach out to the folder. It's fine. I'll do that eventually. I'm a lazy ass, Nimue. Have you met me? Like, do you know me? Like, doesn't do well with others. No, but it's very bad etiquette. That's on me. I should probably just use the maps. Cool. So I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna make a map thing happen, it's gonna be fun. And then we're probably gonna end the session soon after that because it's about that time. Unless everybody's good to go half an hour over and we can start this.
Like
But I don't
till
wanna be-
5:30.
Yeah, like for
if
another
it's
half hour. after this.
combat,
I'd rather not, because I do have to go take my mom to
good.
dinner. It's
Then
birthday
we can
night,
stop.
so
That's completely fine. Understandable
Sorry.
and totally there. Nope, don't apologize. It's completely fine. I am going. Oh no! Why is
I
there
mean, I
two
want
lost
to,
and no
but
Athana?
Yeah, if
Why?
we're about to go into combat, it'd probably be a good
yeah.
point
Yeah,
to
it's gonna
stop.
be a good stopping
Right.
point. But
Mhm.
I do at least want to set you up with a visual.
Or you
Don't
can just
show
have
us
a
the
visual
map
next
if you
time.
want to change the map.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. I'm going to
Yeah.
change it up. Cool.
So we'll just
All
stop
right,
it
so we
here.
will leave it there for now.
Yeah.
But what you see is this crustacean style creature. And as it's come out of the water, it's quite large. Like it's 3 Magnus long. Like it's a big thing.
Holy shit.
y'all, I'm just saying.
No,
we
not
capture
three.
it,
Like three large
befriend it.
Magnus long, or just 3
No, like
Magnus?
3 Magnus
Yeah, it's not
laid
very
down
big.
horizontally.
So like
6
person
foot.
size.
So like 6 feet. Yeah.
Magnus is not 2 feet tall, is he?
Magnu is description 2 feet 5 inches. So it's like
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
it's like
God.
9 feet long.
Cool. So it's like a
Hear
Yao
me out.
Ming length.
Hear me out.
creature.
We capture this thing, we raise it, and then Magnu's got a freaking
Mount.
shellfish crustacean
Yeah.
mount.
Armored mount.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Have fun with that. As
fun with
you
that.
are bracing for this creature to, which is actively crawling towards you, antenna kind of like honed in on your location and scuttering towards you, and you all are kind of like standing there. The people in the back who aren't fascinated by this creature running up would hear the breaking of the water from behind you as well. And you see 2 more tendrils kind of poke out of the water, honed in on your direction, and more metal crawling out of the sea itself. And that's where we're going to leave the session.
And
This is
that's
good.
why
We're
I
getting-
took
okay.
Just hear-
back.
One more
We're
time.
getting
one more time.
pincered
Hear
by
me out.
pincer creatures.
Hear me out.
Mhm.
If we adopt this thing, our name can be the Adopters, because
Oh
we've
Yeah,
adopted
we're
children
adopting
now.
everything
We're
that comes
adopting a
to
pet.
us.
We've got a random NPC that we just commandeered.
We've been adopting kids.
Yeah.
Are we gonna adopt the corruption as well? Is that?
I mean, we got you.
You have been
Yeah.
nurturing it.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It's true.
I feel adopted.
That said, If anybody wants to know what this creature actually is called, it's called a shoreline scrapper.
Hey.
It's cool looking.
Hell yeah.
Takes
Looks
the
like he's got a
scrap and
cannon
makes
on his
armor.
arm.
Yeah. It probably is. It's taking the scrap it finds from Rex and making armor for itself.
Yeah.
It's cool as fuck.
Cannon or a tankard. Who knows?
You may never know.
There's a gauntlet there and a helmet.
Yeah, it's
I
a whole
love it.
thing, man. It's great. And just bits of drift metal and things like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Just
yeah.
Right.
any metal it finds, it's
Mhm.
taking and creating its own armor. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like its own version of its own hermit crab. Like
Yeah.
its own home.
Every
Alright,
time we walk
but-
into, we come in peace as our little dragon guy rides a.
Jesus criminy Christ. Swear to God.
This is what you've wrought, MTC.
You know, I only put the pieces on the table. That's all I do. It's really all I do. It's the bare minimum. Like,
Hold on.
oh my God.
I have guidance. I can assist with that. Hold on. Let's see.
What?
You're a druid. You got to speak with animals, don't you?
Well, yeah, I can. Well, I can speak with animals, but I could also assist with the check of trying to tame.
And I do need to go into that folder and find that stuff.
Bro, you're the
'cause-
druid. You were the one who's got to tame that thing.
Whoa, hold on. You guys are volunteering me to tame this thing?
Yes.
Go talk to the crustacean, bro.
We're asking the nature guy to talk to a nature thing. Yeah.
We'll back you up.
Okay, hold on.
Way
Let me
back.
just double
Gracious.
check. Let's see.
I'm
don't think-
assuming it counts.
I
as a
don't think
beast, but-
my charisma is going to do much to this thing.
Well, you never
I
know.
don't know. I feel like I don't have that shared folder, and I'm sorry. Where's it at?
It's pinned. Where did I pin it? Where did I pin it? Pinned it somewhere. Where did I pin it?
I'm gonna run. I gotta eat something.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much for the
Alright.
session. I hope everybody had a great time.
It's fun.
I know it wasn't really combat-y, but it's not going to be. But now it's combat-y next week. We get to roll right into it, and some shit's going to go down because we're talking to Drakes, apparently.
Well, next week
Oh my
I will
God.
not be here, just so everybody is aware.
No.
Unfortunately. That's when I am moving into my house.
Congratulations. Worth not being here for that.
Congrats.
That sucks.
Actually, I may be out too. Now that I think about it, I think I have to go out of town.
Oh, no.
So I'll post a channel about that when I confirm it.
Well, if both of you all are out, then we will just take the week off because there's no point to run a combat with 4 people.
For sure.
In that chat.
It's in that chat.
At Trickfinger.
It's in
Oh.
that chat. Nice, thank you. Oh, it's true, we do have trick
Alright,
figure.
cool.
But still,
We'll
with 2
see you guys.
people out,
Thanks.
that's kind of rough. Take care, man. Thank you.
You guys.
Alright, thank you.
All right, let's see if your maps have any maps I can use for this. Oh, hey, look at that.
Vaguely remember there being something.
There are definitely maps I can use here. I'm just gonna figure out how to make them work. Oh,
Oh,
actually, all
yeah.
of these
Straight
kind of work.
away. Agate Foreshore. Ha ha. Ah.
No, not bad.
I've got a ton of shit in here. I didn't even know half of what's in here.
There's a ton of shit in here.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing.
Hey,
There's your
I added
thing.
more
Overtake?
stuff to it as
Mhm.
well.
How big is Magnu? Like, what would you
Magnu
say?
is
Is he, a,
2-5.
2-5.
is he a medium character?
Small.
No. We
He's a
have 3
small
smalls
character?
and 3
He's a small
mediums in our
character, yeah.
party.
Holy shit, am I the only one that's like...
No.
No. And
No,
I'm a
three
medium
Katana.
character.
We got
Yeah,
three
there are
elves.
3
That's right.
smalls
Three
and 3
half-elves.
mediums.
Are
Because we
these,
have elf and 2 half elves and 2 halfling.
We have
a
two-
halfling, a gnome, and a kobold.
Are these creatures considered large animals? Or large creatures?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Well,
I just heard your idea fizzling away. What was it?
yeah, essentially, yeah, it basically just went poof. But, cool. Alright, that makes sense.
Baby.
Can we just pick these up and put them in our pockets?
Yeah.
Small metal lobsters?
I mean, they might taste good.
They might taste good.
Hmm.
That's kind of messed up.
What is the difference between these two? I guess it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out.
Some of them If they're side by side, it's the chances are one of them has a grid and one of them doesn't.
Okay, you just have a JPEG and a non-JPEG that are the same image. I'm just curious.
Oh, are there a couple that are just? It might be I got the same thing from different things
That's fine.
because
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, this company was giving away free stuff, and then I also bought a thing that also had them in. So
Uh-huh.
Ooh, you got animated maps? Cool.
yeah,
That's fancy.
Might have to steal a couple of these too.
go ahead. That's what they're there for.
Nim, I don't think I've ever sent you a link to my drive. I've got a ton of D&D books and like Griffin's saddlebag item books and stuff. I don't know if you've seen those. Put my link together for
I
you.
have no idea. I don't know half of the shit I have because I don't use any of it because I don't DM. So I don't know why I have it, but I have it.
Because you're awesome. It gives us better stuff. Do you have measurements on any of these maps?
New.
Yeah, okay, cool. Then I'll figure it out. Mm,
What do you mean? What? Because they're all different.
Well, some of
I
them
know.
have grids on them. It looks
No, I know
like.
that. That's not my issue. My question is like, do you know what the image sizes would normally be? Like, my map guy is pretty good about being like, oh, it's a
Oh.
30 by 45 map, or it's like, oh, it's a rough
No,
adjustment map.
because they're different because some
They're
of them are
not.
from different places, and I just shoved them all in one folder because it was easier.
Go. Get your nasty ass away from me, dog. Go. Done with you. What the fuck was that?
He just fart on you?
No, he came to me
Okay.
and fucking tried to lick me, and his mouth smells like shit because he's been eating dog shit, because that's what the dog
Ugh.
do. I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Gross.
I ain't got time for that.
Looks like a lot of them are like 16 by 12 or something like that.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 20 by 15. Okay, cool. That just allows me to do this better.
Hmm. I suppose that's one of the good things of having a gridded version as well. Is that
Mhm.
you can...
No, absolutely.
But then again, the non-gridded ones you can just add a grid, and it is what it is.
Yeah, but see, if I do the gridded ones with a grid, then it's all gonna be fucked up, because the grids don't ever align with Roll20's
Oh
grids,
yeah,
and then
that's what
people
I
are
mean. You
moving
Oh,
can
off.
I
add
should-
the non-grid